This portion of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited, fueling growth for people.
Welcome back to the Bahamas Tonight Weekend. That Sandilands Rehabilitation Center has seen more and more patients in recent years. This according to health officials who believe that with more community support, these numbers can be drastically reduced. Our Janaea Noel Ferguson spoke with officials of the facility and filed this report.
The demand for mental health care services in the country has increased in recent times, and this has kept employees busy at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, and beds at that facility are filled on a daily basis. According to Chief Psychiatrist Dr. Nelson Clark, more support is however needed for persons who suffer from mental illness in our society.
In order for people to live who have chronic mental health problems, they require quite a degree of support in the community, clinical support, as well as things like housing, etc., employment.
Hospital administrator here at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, Sharon Williams, says that of the 400 plus beds that make up the facility, about 100 of those are dedicated to geriatric patients, whereas the remainder is dedicated to psychiatric patients. She said sometimes they do see repeat patients.
We have substance abuse as well as acute and chronic psychiatric treatment.
And on a regular, you're always full.
On a regular day, we're always full within our services.
A significant number of our admissions are repeat admissions, and these are often people who have chronic mental health problems. Admittedly, when they're discharged from hospital, they're reasonably well, but compliance with medication is often an issue. People's lack of willingness to follow through with treatment recommendations is also a significant factor.
Dr. Clark says for years there has been a stigma attached to Bahamians seeking mental health care. While he believes the stigma still exists, Dr. Clark says it's slowly changing. He noted that the financial state of the country has also had an impact on the mental stability of many Bahamians. This further adds to the demands at Sandilands.
The economic downturn has had an effect on people's mental well-being. The kinds of illnesses that result from that are, of course, the common things like depression and stress-related illnesses. People are ashamed, people know that there will be talk about them, people know the ways in which the community look at people who suffer from mental health problems. So the stigma does affect people's willingness to accept and to continue with treatment.
Now, the Ministry of Health is looking to offer mental health services at various community clinics around the Family Islands and right here in New Providence. This will hopefully lessen the strain at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center. Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Janaea. Ministry of Health officials hoping to provide residents with better access to mental health care. Medical professionals from community clinics nationwide recently participated in a training seminar on the integration of mental health care in a primary health care setting. Minister of Health Dr. Perry Gomez officially opened the seminar, which was hosted by the Public Hospitals Authority Sandilands Rehabilitation Center in conjunction with the Pan American Health Organization. Dr. Gomez believes it only makes sense for professionals to have mental health assistance at their fingertips. The health minister also confirmed that at a recent meeting of the Public Health Assemblies in Geneva, Switzerland, where mental health was one of the principal subjects discussed, and recommendations were also made to close mental health facilities.
Startling revelations that they made at that meeting. They proposed that we go back to our respective countries and begin closing down these inpatient institutions. They recommended we should cut their budgets by 50% and put the money into our clinics, outpatient clinics and treatment. And so when I saw the invitation to come and open this meeting, I couldn't say no.
Dr. Gomez applauded Sandilands Rehabilitation Center administrators for spearheading this project, as sustaining mental care assistance at the community level will lead to early detection and intervention of mental illnesses. Health Minister Gomez illustrated a concerted effort being made by his ministry to improve healthcare nationwide, as the integration of mental health care goes hand in hand with other healthcare aspects, as one cannot coexist without the other.
Psychiatry on its own into public health We must do it all. And this would psychiatry will complete the total picture of care in our clinics. Here we have been striving in the ministry to implement the integration of the family medicine physicians into the public health system, because we thought that was the right thing to do to improve the health services to all of our people throughout the Commonwealth, in particular the family islands. We have had a disparity in healthcare for far too long, and the only way to address it, we must improve the quality of physicians that we have practicing in our clinics, not only in New Providence, but throughout the family islands.
And we end tonight with news from Andros, where the official opening ceremonies for this year's Andros Crab Fest took place Friday night. Our Julian Gibson was there and tells us it was the start of an action-packed weekend.
After an early downpour of rain, the 2013 Crab Fest officially got underway with the opening ceremonies.
I was here when this whole event started. I was here when it was but a dream, and many thought that it could not live. And they did not believe that many would come to celebrate crabs or even crabbing. But the truth is, it has come of age. It has become a festival of festivals in our Bahamas. And I think it's only right for us to remember that the individuals who were behind this event, including our own Peter Douglas, should be congratulated for the work that they have done over these many years.
Not many years ago, persons wouldn't have been linked in any way to Andros and being connoted as a crab catcher. Now you see all the F-150 and all the nice trucks and cars are coming off the various boats to come to Andros to put crab in the back of their cars to carry back to New Providence. God is a good God. As a matter of fact, Teresa, crab is more expensive than crawfish in many quarters right now, because crabs have become a delicacy. We have crab this, we have crab kung for the G, we have crab salad, we have everything crab. God has been good. So today, we must now protect our habitats, and therefore we ask you not to catch the spawning crabs.
Now, after the official opening ceremonies, it was the much anticipated release of the crabs. Catch the crab, catch him, don't get bite. Way to go. The night would conclude with an all-Bahamian concert.
And that will end this portion of the news. Stay tuned, though. Sports is up next with Julian Gibson.